This is Mary Oliver, The Uses of Sorrow. Um, it's a lovely quote. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. Without light, there is no darkness. Without darkness, there is no light. A bit like work-life balance. You it is you without strife there are no heroes. The quotes go on. Yin and yang is a theme that has gone through life. I've yet to understand what the gift of sorrow is, or darkness. But it does. It's an amazing catalyst to work with and understand, and it makes relationships and interactions a lot deeper and more meaningful, if you can apply empathy to it. It's something that I learned very young, actually, the darkness side, and the difficulty with things like that is, in my youth, I used anger as a battery, as a power source, as a tool, as a control, not realizing that I had no control, and without the graces and kindness of a world around me, that I bumbled through unknowingly. There are a great many people that I would thank for putting up with me. I still hide my face thinking about things, and the things I've said and done, and have never quite understood some of the things that I've done and why, and never quite understood why a lot of things happened. But patience and perseverance conquer all things, and learning about myself, and the darkness that is there, and the emotional support and things that you can use that to understand what other people are going through, or even surmise what the heights they've reached, even if it's just having a chat in a coffee shop. And just to get to that stage is something that is beautiful. It allows you to see a lot of beauty in the world. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggles and strife will strike you the most beautiful. Sigmund Freud. I read that wrong. In retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The most active and crazy times in your life are the ones where you're struggling to get somewhere. It is never the view from the top, which is amazing, by the way. View from the top, on the few occasions I managed to get there, is amazing. However, it is the journey. The journey is everything. Like, I've written a number of poems about the journey. That if you rush straight to the top, you miss out on all the side adventures and pockets and viewpoints and all the things that I still remember sitting in an apartment, just cleared it out, moving into another apartment. Unknowing to me, we were about to become homeless, and a whole load of other crazy things were about to happen. And just sitting there having a crazily delicious glass of wine, a Niederberg Cabernet blend of some description. But they do beautiful Cabernet. But I bought it years before on a crazy kind of like one of those deals. It was a couple of quid, and then years later, moving everything out, discovered this bottle of wine at the back of the sofa, or in a storage box, and literally cleared out the apartment, clean, decorated it again to move out, so we could get the deposit, and just sat there having a glass of wine, just enjoying the acoustics and the conversation and the backache and all the things that kind of said it's going to get better. And the struggles continued, but that short respite gave a memory that will last a lifetime. Stop crossing oceans for people who don't jump puddles for you. I don't know who said it, but I've crossed actually literal oceans a couple of times for people. Never worked out. It wasn't a great idea, but led me in a direction that was very different, and my life was very different. And I'm glad that I did do it. But yeah, friendship, equality, things like that. Mark Twain, classic. Mark Twain does classic quotes. Religion was invented when the first man met the first fool. Again, your context, politicized religion is quite literally, bearing in mind the literary level of the world at that time, or literacy level. Gosh, Queen's English was only introduced, actually introduced after Mark Twain, or was it before? 1886 or something. Basically, you had the standardization where you got all the number of British dialects that were around, like Geordie and things like that, are actually different dialects, different sentence and present tense structures. And they were basically banned. They just went, we're going to teach the Queen's English and you will learn it, rather than learn whatever in school, and lifted up an entire country and education level. Phenomenal. And then it was, I think, King George the Third or Fifth, who introduced phonetic English to increase English in the colonies, which is quite interesting. So, yeah, sorry, lots of waffle and side things there.